Hello and welcome back to Exploring Sussex, and today we are in Amberley in Sussex, and we're starting our walk out here, but the reason I brought you to Amberley is we're going to be heading off in this direction. Going to be looking for some more tumuli, so let's just head in this direction. I'll explain a little bit more. So looking at the OS map, we're starting the walk out here in Amberley. Gonna wander along this road, head up this path here past Rackham Manor, and then I want to have a look, see if I can find if there's anything left of the tumuli or tumuluses, tumulus located in this area. Then we'll probably just cut through, and then we'll end up the walk over here at Parham House. So it's not going to be I'm not going to do a complete circular route, just going to be, like I said, walk through here, terminating Parham House, and hopefully we'll find some tumuli. So it's a great place to start the walk, Amberley Village. It's got a castle in it. I mean, can't beat a village with a castle, can you? But beyond that, it's just got some lovely, charming properties. Got the Black Horse pub down the corner where we started out today's walk. I've heard it's a really nice place to go in and eat. I probably won't be eating there myself today. I'm not going to be here that long, but we could come back to the Black Horse and do some kind of pub review in the future. So yeah, just coming out of the village now, going to head along this road towards Rackham. One of the things I'm hoping to see as well is just looking through this house, you can see we're up on a ridge line here, so the views looking out over the valley towards Storrington area be quite spectacular, Storrington Pulborough area. So let's just see if we can get a glimpse of those. Obviously it's private property, so I can't go any further to have a look, but do know we are going to be elevated up here, and that's probably the reason why the tumuli, or tumulus, were built in the location that they are. So we've travelled a little bit further along the road, and here we can get up on the side of the road and see the landscape beside us, and up on the top there, that is Rackham Hill, and where that tree is there's some more tumuli up there, another set down there. So great bit of perspective there to just show you how all of these tumuli or tumulus or barrows are all interconnected. So the ones on the top there are going to have a really good viewpoint looking down onto the ones in Rackham, and without the trees, and thousands of years ago when they were constructed, they would all have visual line of sight of each other and all be interconnected. So if you're a drinker, along this walk we've got the Sportsman pub. Got a lovely beer garden out the back, some fantastic views looking out over, I said, the valley below. Yeah, we won't be stopping here, we're going to be heading on in this direction. So I just had to stop and comment on this apple tree. Look at the spectacular display of apples on this apple tree, all bright red. Really good crop this year. Looks like people have been collecting them as well, so always nice to see that. I've seen other fruit trees, plum trees specifically, on my walk. So if you're coming at this time of year, which is it's the 1st of August I'm filming this, then there's actually food to be had on your hike. One of the things you can be foraging is blackberries. Look, lovely, abundant with blackberries around here. So one of the good things if you've got the OS paper maps is you can download a digital copy. So I've downloaded it or accessed it on my phone, so I can see that we've walked along to this point here, and now we need to be heading across these fields on this public footpath. One thing you might see if you're going to repeat my walk is we've got a gliding club just down the road in Storrington. It's a big field, got a tow plane there just lifting a glider up, and it'll be using the thermal currents that are generated by the South Downs to climb in altitude and float around in the lofty thermals. So as we cross this field, we can see in the distance there Parham House. So we're going to be basically going up into this woodland, having a look for these tumuli, and then we'll end up basically down at Parham House in that direction on the footpath. But as I showed you at the Sportsman, we were walking along a ridge line, and it opens up over this plain rather than valley, I guess, but quite spectacularly beautiful to see. Great views all the way around, to be honest. Probably there's not a dull walk, I wouldn't imagine, in the area, but the tumuli are up on this, in these woods up on this mount, so obviously the trees have come a lot later, so they would have stood out on the top of that hill looking backwards towards the tumuli behind us. Right, so across the field through the next gate, and looks like we're crossing a little ditch or stream running here, little bridge to cross. Brings us out into another much smaller field. So let's just access the map to see which way we go now. It says still straight ahead, according to this. It says still straight ahead. Not sure how we go. There we go. Was there all along. Another little bridge to cross. Oh, actually got water in this stream here, look. Lovely little meadows. This obviously gets a little bit wet here. And here, look, they've got a wooden platform to cross. Headed that way. Quite well guiding this little pathway. Looks like we're headed through here. Another little unusual stye to get across, and little bridge system. Doesn't look like there's like a, it's not marked on the map, but it does look like down there there's a small pond. It's beyond the range of this camera. Charming little walk though, isn't it? Look, meandering through these woods on this charming little footpath. There we go. I did say starting to see bits of water. Just carved through the woodland. It's quite cooling because it's a hot day today. Travelling here over the South Downs. Aircon was blasting in the car, so it's quite refreshing to have a bit of cooling woodland to go through. Coming out now on another field. Oh, cottage there, look. Must be somebody's back garden. Yeah. That way, methinks. This kind of looks like an old mill, doesn't it? Almost, it looks like an old water mill. The way that it's sort of sunk down here. Maybe it's not. Yeah, pathway meanders through, and that should take us up onto the mount. Wow, as well as the blackberries we've been seeing, Got sloes on the bush now. Definitely too early to be picked now. You can't squeeze them at all. Won't be far off though. Give them another couple of weeks. Looks like the sloes are going to be in season. Well, just goes to show you should check the map, because I was saying that does look like an old mill, and yeah, marked on there as Rackham Mill. So that would have been an old water mill back in the day. Oh, another little bridge to cross here. There's actually a body of water in this one as well. I'm guessing this is probably the water stream that would have passed through the mill, maybe either silted up or redirected. Right. Ooh. So we are actually at the woods now that the tumuli are in. I think we're going to go this way, and then we're going to circle up through the woods about there. So I've headed along this pathway, and it's quite pretty round here. All of these ferns and moss. And you can see the ground climbing. I think we probably need to head this way and try and get up on the bank. Well, I was right to walk a little bit further along here. We've got a signpost saying to head up this way. I said first visit here, but beautiful, and so quiet as well. I'll just stop for a second, let you just have a little listen. Just a little bird there. I think it's a cuckoo croaking in the background, but lovely little place to visit. Definitely going to recommend that you repeat this walk. So I've made my way along like a little ridgeway, and now we're on a rutted pathway here. Looks like we're headed up onto a ridge line. The tumulus or tumuli is marked on the map. Whether we'll be able to find it, I really don't know. Problem is that when they have all of these trees planted on them, and it is a plantation, this is Rackham plantation, obviously the trees can be quite damaging and destroy them, but they also can protect them as well. Because they don't get farmed. So keep plodding along. Well, I'm going to say possibly this is the tumuli. According to the map, we are here. Looks like a tumuli. We'll just go over and explore. Let's look. It's raised. Definitely raised. Now, one of the telltales is, I mean, we does actually look like we're standing on top of a mound, doesn't it? Normally the centre has been removed, but that might not be the case. But yeah, definitely we're standing on something that resembles a tumuli or bell barrow, quite worn down, so not the biggest I've seen, but we don't know what was being done here. Yeah, this is going to be sort of thousands of years old, so head over in that direction now. Wow, the map kind of shows that we're in the right area for a footpath, but I think due to the discrepancies of satellite positioning, I think we're just a little bit north of the footpath. This looks like it over here. There we go. Back to safety. I'm going to head along here, try and find the next one. Wow, I've just come across this little car park here, Amberley Wildbrook. So if you're not particularly wanting to do the full walk, you can shorten it and just come and park right here and explore for yourself. It says here the Rackham plantation is special for its tumuli or round barrows. The round barrow cemetery along the sandstone outcrop dates to 2400 to 1500 BC, acting as a focal point for Bronze Age communities. They were purposely located at Rackham because of its elevated viewpoint. So yeah, I believe it's that direction. So we found it. It's not particularly clear. The sign says that they basically diverted the pathway, but it doesn't really, there's no maps or anything. I'm imagining that this is the round barrow. There's a definite, no, that's just a ridge line. Yeah, it doesn't point to where the round barrow is. I'm going to have a little explore around, but heavily wooded here, so they're worried about erosion due to people walking on it, but I'd be more worried about the trees actually eroding it. But I'll have a poke around, see if I can find it. Wow, it is extremely overgrown here. I've sort of walked all the way across from there. There's some young children there, so there must be a footpath nearby, because some young children have built a camp and have got their bikes there in the woods. Very cool camp. We're up on the top of the ridge, so I'm going to push along this way, see if I can find it. It should be a little bit clearer. It's very dense through there with the ferns and the small trees. Wow, the more I pushed on there, the clearer it became that it's not navigable up there. So I've headed down to this footpath down here, and according to where we are at the moment, there's a tumuli down there, so we'll head in this direction. Well, we are here, so it's saying the tumulus is over there. I don't think it is, and we've got barbed wire here, so I don't think that's going to be doable, and looks quite swampy as well, so I don't think it's worth the risk of going there. I actually think that they're up there, because that's where we saw the sign. We just can't get to it. This is like almost like a sheer cliff. I'm going to backtrack and see if they look like there may be another way up at the end of this path, but very pretty woodland to walk around. Got this little dog completely lost. You can hear its owners shouting for it, but yeah, we'll head down that way, see if we can get up the top. Oh, I think we're going to attempt this. Looks fun, doesn't it? I don't know whether it's a pathway, but it looks fun, so let's give it a go, see what we find when we get up there. Well, I made it. I found another little footpath, and we were over there earlier, but we've got this little footpath. I think the tumuli is in there somewhere, but we'll try tackling it from this side. If not, it will loop us around and we'll end up where we started. Spectacular views from up here, definitely worth the climb. Look at this. What a place for a barrow or tumuli. Spectacular. There's a little path to nowhere here. I wonder whether that's it. Well, this is it. I think this is it, isn't it? Look. Sure that these two are the bell barrows. Can we get up? Can we get up? Yeah, it is. This is it. This is it. We found it. Extremely overgrown, but what a location. What a location, right perched on the edge. I will just go and see. We're not going to be able to see it. This is Looks very much like Ipping Common. There's some bell barrows there, similar sort of thing, just completely overgrown. Let's just head over to this one. It does look like people have been trying to get up there, but like I said, when I started out over there, I've circled all the way around, so really difficult to get to. Just thick firs, which I'm definitely not going to get through, but possibly a second barrow there. Really, probably actually what would be worth doing is coming back in winter, hoping that these firs die off and we might be able to see a little bit more. So maybe that is a plan for a future video. Kind of know where they are now and how to get to them, so yeah, so we're gonna head back to the footpath, and then I'm gonna head that way and we're gonna go towards Parham Park. So I've circled my way back round to where we started, where there's the completely pointless sign. I'm gonna head back over to West Lodges, which is over that way, and that would enter us into the Parham Park, and we'll finish up the video at Parham House. Yeah, let's get a groove on. Wow, looks like I found my way back to civilization. This is West Lodges. So Amberley, Storrington that way, Wigan Holt that way. So I believe we should be going, yeah, in this direction. Lovely old cottages here. I think that might be the lodge, just a bit further ahead. Yeah, here we are, the lodges. So there is a footpath that goes right the way through. It says West South Lodge on here. Yeah, public footpath, so we are allowed through. There we go. Oh, the alarm's gone off. They know we're here. It's just really a gatehouse by the looks of things. Private residence, it says on the side there. Quite small little cottages. Not too big a walk, but we'll head on through and take we'll basically get up to the house and we'll finish the video up at Parham House. So we walked our way through. It's just the cricket ground is over in that direction. Just going to show you some of the views. That's Rackham Hill. Showed you a little bit earlier. We've been up there and we've done lives and videos up there and looked down upon Parham House and some of our previous videos. It's got a deer park here. I might come back and do another video here at some point if everybody wants me to. They do have events on. It's not open to the access. The house is not open to the public for access. It is a private residence, but they do steam rallies here and events in the ground. So I haven't featured any of those on the channel previously, but in fact this is the first time I've actually ever walked through this bit of parkland, and I've been here or lived in this area all my life, so it's quite interesting for me to get a little look around. Well, like a lot of these stately homes, it does have an ornamental lake, and this is about as close as we're going to get to the house, unfortunately. It's all walls off a bit further down. So yeah, lovely old manor house with an ornamental lake. I would try and fly the drone, but you can see the wind, and I've got a high wind warning when we're up with the Tumuli, so definitely not going to attempt to fly here, maybe on another day. Hope you've enjoyed this short video. If you have enjoyed it, remember to give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and thank you very much for watching.